r/AskReddit, people who have restaurant experience, what's a dirty secret people should know? The staff is fucking. They're fucking alright. Fucking each other, fucking idiots, or fucking done with this shit. As someone who managed restaurants for years, I can confirm this. Half of my problems stemmed from drama that led back to someone on staff fucking or not fucking anymore. But to be fair, it's not just food service. I have friends who worked in retail and basically everyone there is fucking too. If it's a mall, it's damn near an orgy. It's true, including in places you wouldn't want them to be. This is what makes it bearable. You should not drink fountain drinks. If you knew what the hoses inside looked like and how rarely they were cleaned, you'd never touch one again. I worked in the same restaurant for almost 11 years. I never once saw or heard of the tubes being cleaned. So disgusting. Don't come in 10 minutes to close. Everyone will hate you. I get this, but this is entirely the restaurant's fault. Every restaurant should have a last seating time. We close at 9 o'clock, last seating 8:30. Everyone, employees and customers alike, would be much happier. I've been on both sides of it, and yes, it sucks to wait for that last customer to finish, but it also really sucks to be seated and feel rushed. There's a very easy solution. And don't be waiting at the door before open. There's a good chance someone who has handled your food that day is a functional drug addict. The entire staff knows but refuses to comment on it, because if you lost said functional drug addict, the entire place would fall apart. Pasta is one of the highest markup items on the menu, with soft drinks being number one by a country mile. A plate of pasta that costs $15 to order probably cost $1 to make. I was told the first 2 cups of a coffee pot pays for the pot, cream, and sugar. The rest is profit. At your cheaper restaurants like Applebee's, they are only making money on drinks, desserts, and appetizers. They're selling entrees damn near at cost. That's why they try so hard to get you to buy those things. The amount of food that comes frozen, from a plastic bag and straight into the microwave, is shocking. I know a Cisco guy, most places are what he calls freezer to fryer. Same concept. And, it's not surprising to me, nor does it really turn me off from going to these places, honestly. Many people in the biz have substance abuse issues or personality disorders. Usually both. And they are usually the owner. Just go read Anthony Bourdain's Kitchen Confidential. It's a great book and will tell you everything you want to know. He did update some of that in another book as the industry changed. It's okay to order fish on Monday in a lot of places now, for example. I love this book, but I'm old enough to know it's definitely a different industry now, and almost every chef/cook I've worked with is passionate enough to not fuck up. Cocaine drives the industry. You take the cocaine away from the prep guy and suddenly the stoners cooking the food are up shit creek without a lighter. *edit, I haven't worked in a kitchen in almost 20 years. When the cost of living was lower, we could afford a bit of cocaine, as a treat, back then lol. Salt and butter. Lots. I worked for a pizza place in college. The hot wing sauce was just straight Frank's. I think it was Turkey brand back then and later changed to Frank's. The mild and medium were Frank's diluted with liquid butter, ungodly amounts of liquid butter. To be fair, that's how buffalo sauce works most places. Frank's and butter. All comments are on point. Also adding, the reason it's such a crazy, intense, complex personality attractor is that food biz, okay not fast food, but others, is incredibly hard work for low margins. Even the good successful ones are rarely above 5%, so they need to make that gross as big as possible to make the 5% worthwhile. I won't say it's a passion project or labor of love, but honestly this is one of those fields where from owner to dishwasher you're not really in it for the hefty payout. A family friend owns an Italian restaurant that is famous for its sauce. It is Jared Barilla sauce they buy in bulk from the food supply store. They do make a good sauce though lol. Deleted. This whole thread is a lot of I worked at a pizza place in high school and can tell you that everything in every business ever is as disgusting as you can imagine. I've worked every position in the business and, except for everyone having sex, I've never seen a lot of these things folk are stating as universal facts. The rags used to wipe your table were used to wipe several dozen other tables before yours, in addition to any other surfaces that needed wiping before you showed up. They are disgusting. Some places make actual homemade bread. Please eat it all or take it home. As a bread baker, it makes me sad when my labor that is complimentary to customers is thrown in the trash. Sad face. Also food disparity. Sad face. Most restaurants are lawless, godless shit shows staffed and run by alcoholics, addicts, and idiots. You'll never have more fun at work or meet more awesome people though. I miss it terribly. The special is just some meat or fish that is a day away from going bad. That wasn't my experience at all in fine dining. Our specials were our chef's opportunity to try something different that interested them, something our local supplier had a good deal on, or something seasonal. The ice cream/milkshake machine is never broken. The cappuccino machine and the bars blender are never broken either. Been in so many different kitchens and seen a lot of yuck, but I used to service a prominent pie place and they stored the pie filling in trash cans. Not dedicated cans or drums for food, but clearly used for garbage trash cans. I worked at a pub and every so often someone comes to clean out the grease traps. The guy was cool and talkative cause some processes took longer and he just had to wait till it was done. He worked at many places. I asked him, "What's the worst place you have to clean?" He said without even thinking, "Swiss chalet, it can take up a whole day." Hey, race a cat that's been in the bag too long, it's a respectable profession, and the work we do is real work. Hand washing by the cooks sometimes was just a quick rinse in the pot sink water. But those same cooks prepared my free ship meal with those dirty hands, and I ate it, often sitting on a milk crate next to a dumpster. We were all drunks, on drugs, or maybe needed to be. Now, restaurants are best enjoyed by forgetting I ever worked in them. That we hate your chimpanzee kids running around and yelling. Your parents, not shit babysitters. The amount of parents that check out, parenting, while checking in, dining. And they obliterate the table and floor. Everyone is sleeping together and everyone is hungover. Don't forget the ex-cons. And the active cons. The delicious brownies sold for $10 a slice. Yeah, that's Duncan and Heinz, however it's spelled. Our ranch was just the Hidden Valley seasoning packets, following the recipe on the back. The only difference, our secret ingredient if you will, was just using buttermilk instead of regular milk. People would come in regularly just to buy our ranch, still blows my mind. You would be really surprised with what restaurants can legally get away with as it pertains to cleanliness. Stuff that you think would absolutely get a restaurant shut down is just a simple warning from a health inspector. You think the restaurant you eat in is pest-free? Think again. Even the nicest, outwardly cleanest looking restaurants have roaches and rats. You can't eliminate them, you can only manage them. Where I've worked there's never been roaches or rats. Then again I live in a place in Canada with no rats, and very few roaches. Mice happen though. If your beer is flat or comes out tasting weird/off it's because there is chemical residue inside of the cup which means the dishwasher isn't washing properly. One of my first bartending jobs. The guy who was training me said when everyone, meaning staff, gets sick at the same time it usually means it's time to replace the chemicals in the glass washer. That place was so gross. Where I worked, we knew most of the time when the health inspector was turning up. We also tried to delay letting them into the kitchen. Also, some health inspectors don't really give a shit. My sister worked in a restaurant in our small town. The health inspector was either from the county or state, not the city. Therefore, they only came to town once a month. All the food places had a calling tree set up warning all the restaurants that the health inspector was in town. The dishwashers I worked with would eat whatever the customer didn't finish. Yet another reason to believe nobody fucks with the food. Hello everyone. Thanks for sticking to the end of this video. I really appreciate it. I just wanted to humbly ask you to subscribe to the channel. According to my statistics, 100% of my viewers in the past 28 days are not subscribed. I have always wanted this channel to reach 1,000 subscribers, and if you want to support and be a part of that, subscribe. It's free and it's an awesome way to support the channel. Thanks again, Reddit glitch out.